So I'm going to be making a shiplap wood sign today for my kitchen. I had this piece of wood lying around. This is 39 centimeter by approximately 12 centimeters. And I am going to I have sanded this down with 120 grit sandpaper. And now I'm ready to first apply my paint on it. This is the Swing Color Holz Laser Nussbaum, which is a dark brown finish, and you can see this is a dark color, and I'll be applying it with a brush, and then we will be applying chalk paint on it. So let's get started. So I'm going to let this dry for some time, and then we'll come back and do the white over this. So this is now nicely dried up. You can see nothing's coming on my hands. And now we're going to give it a coat of white. I am using the Bondex Charmantes Weiß. This is something that I already had from my project from my dining table, and this is what I'm going to use now. It's just easier working like this because then you're working along the grain and not really against it, which is what I want. Ideally, I would have liked the grains to be like this, but since it was already a cut piece, I did not want to let it go waste and use something else. So you can see this is now done, and I'm going to let it dry for a good 1 hour, and then we'll come back and distress it and then do the stenciling on top of it. In the meantime, I also have this piece of wood, again left over from one of my projects. If you can see, I have holes over here, and I had put it like this against a wall with a wall stand, but I don't think I want it anymore to put it against the wall, so I'm just going to make a sign out of it. And I just thought it would be really nice to put it in our bathroom and do something like this, which says relax, soak and unwind. And then I'm also thinking that I'm going to do another smaller one which says hot bath, and maybe also another one which says laundry, wash, dry, fold, repeat. So while the other piece is drying, I think I'm going to go ahead and prep these 3 pieces of wood that I have. First piece has completely dried up and I'm going to slightly distress it because I did a very dry brush white paint on it. I already like the look of this, but just to give a little edge, a little more jagged edges to it, I will just very lightly sand it. Here I have a sanding block and I'm just going to use this. I think this is about 120 grit, which you can use, and just go very lightly. I mean, nothing can go wrong. You can always touch it up with the brown if you remove too much of the paint, or if you've removed too much of the white, you can always go back with it, but just slightly go over it and see how you feel about it. So I think I already like the way this looks now, and I'm just going to go ahead, clean it, and then start with my stenciling. So for this I'm going to be using 2 stencils because it is so big and my lettering is not very big. What I want to do here is this one, Coffee Bar Love is Brewing. So I think I'm going to do that over here on one corner, and then on this side I am just going to go ahead with these triangles and I will do them in 3 colors. They would just be gradients of gray. So I will have a light gray, a dark gray, and then something like a minty green color to break the monotony, and my lettering is going to be in a very deep dark chalky gray color. So I'm going to do the triangles first because I already have a light gray color made, which I'm then going to later deepen into a darker gray. So I think I'm going to get started with this one. And I feel this is a good fit, although it's almost on the edge. Or maybe I should just center it so that I think this is good. So this is the gray color that I already have. I made this earlier mixing 2 of these together. So this is the chalky chic color, and the colors is slate and antique violet. So I used 2 parts of the gray and 1 part of the violet, and then that's what I used to make this color. Once I've done this, I'm just going to deepen it with a little more black. There's not much left in it, as you can see. Use it. And I bought these from one of the craft stores, and I think this is really nice to stamp it down. I think I'm also going to tape up this part so that it just gives a little more strength to my stencil and the colors don't bleed out. to darken it with a little bit of black. This is just plain acrylic paint since I don't have chalky black paint. I think that's a pretty nice dark color. Now I'm going to use this color to do the remaining holes. So I would say that was not so bad, and I'm just wondering if I should do another column of these colors over here, or just, I think I should just let it be. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we are going to slightly wax it because I don't want it getting dirty and the paint scrubbing off. And once it's done, I'm going to drill 2 holes over here, tie it with a rope, and then hang it on my wall. So my next project is soak, relax and unwind. I'm going to put it in the middle of the thing and really tape it up well, because I think the first one was not taped very nicely and I used probably a bit too much of paint, and that's the reason why it kind of bled out of the thing.